Assad is a bad guy.
Who?
Assad
Assad
is a bad guy
Yeah.
in Japan.
Right.
But if you're going to look into YouTube, many YouTube, but opinion is diversified. Okay,
Right.
we don't know who's the truth.
Right.
Okay, he's using chemical weapon, but we don't know what is truth. But in Japan, definitely Assad is wrong and using chemical weapon, which is fact,
Right.
which is truth.
Well, so how would you define that?
This is my
Okay,
question.
so in Japan,
Putin is the same. Putin is a wrong guy in Japan.
Right.
But if you're going to observe Bardai Club, his conference, and many supporters for him, opinion is different,
Right.
right? And United States Trump he's a wicked man, but in the States, 40% people support him. This is which is truth.
Okay, so if you would follow the rules of critical thinking, for example. No, well, so okay.
I don't understand very clearly white swan, but truth is depending on the location, depending on the by person,
Right.
depending on the situation. Just the answer is different.
Of course, but that also depends on how you look at and how you gather your.
This
evidence.
causes a lot of problem in the world,
Right.
right? Like for one example, Rohingya is very sorry. He's brutalized by Buddhists in Myanmar. But if you consider for Africa, sort of brutality is popular, right? If you're going to study Africa, but compare with Myanmar, this is normally they're happening like that, right? African people will go and answer for them, but the Japanese people take in different way, different aspect. But truth is truth.
So I would argue in these kinds of cases there's no absolute truth. You can because you can find all kinds of support for. Okay, let's make this into a general.
Okay, but more clearly, I try
So
to.
this is not science, right? So truth we can find in science. It's not absolute. This is just my opinion. It's not a truth. In there, it's relative to from where you
Okay,
get.
why I'm writing 10 books for democracy? Actually, not democracy. Actually, the intrigued conspiracy, geopolitics book I written down for 10 books.
Intrigued book?
Intrigued conspiracy.
Intrigued conspiracy. What does that mean?
Intrigued is bad plan.
Intrigues and conspiracy.
Conspiracy. I wrote 10 books. It means not democracy. Just I written down. Because Japanese people thinking this is truth, this is right, this is our democracy. No, it's not true. You need to observe perspective, wider perspective. The answer is different. Right? Middle East, Africa, South America, Central America, North America, answer is different. But Japanese define truth is this is truth.
Right.
Japan politics, this is truth. Nikkei
course
newspaper
it's
tell
not
the truth.
true.
Oh no, this is wrong.
Yeah, but there. Okay, so the
My question is, are you talking about kind of truth?
No, I'm talking different kind of truth.
What kind? So this is I don't understand.
I'm talking about finding the truth. In basically.
You mean the absolute truth?
Yes. There is no
Oh,
absolute
God.
truth in. There's no absolute truth in to assert whether Assad is a bad guy or a good guy. That is a matter of opinion. That's a matter of, and very often that opinion can be formed by collecting evidence. But very often your preconceived notions will guide you to certain types of evidence. So it's very easy to find support of your thesis, your idea, your belief that Assad is a bad guy, because there are many reports that will point you in the direction to support the idea that Assad is a bad guy, that he has used chemical weapons, etc. But there are also people who would find evidence for the fact that Assad is actually a good guy, but that it may be questionable whether he actually used chemical weapons, yes or no, and whether that who would question the motivations of his opponents. So there are different ways of looking at the truth, and a lot of people who justify their beliefs by the information that they gather are oblivious to the fact that their information and the way that they care to look at reality is very much tainted by their initial assertions. Because
Question for you. I'm studying global democracy,
right,
global conspiracy, global geopolitics. Okay.
Right.
Then my recent understanding, what is truth is depending on the country, depending people, different.
absolutely,
And
of course.
so we need to seriously consider. And Confucius said, okay, what happened already, but nobody understand what is truth. Okay, what happened in the past? Nobody can tell what is the truth.
Of course.
Okay, so before happening, we need to avoid, prevent wrong things is happening. Okay, so this is very important. He said this is a propriety instead of law. Law is we try to judge after something happened, but propriety is beforehand to something happened. He said.
But we make laws in order to prevent things from happening.
Of course, I understand this is guideline to doing something, right?
Right.
But truth is, I think we must be carefully to understand what is truth. Like Middle America, America invaded and controlled Central America. They did wrongdoing for past 200 years, and still El Salvador, Guatemala, San Salvador people going to the States for overcome their border. Why are they coming? Because of the reason is American prepared kind of reason, right? So this is truth. But what Trump does is terrible things he's doing, that making war and just no admit any person coming to America. But the reason is America made it. What is truth?
But is it? But okay. But then we need to specify.
Example is I'm reading Economist every week, and I'm on the index of the Nikkei newspaper. None of commonality they exist. None of commonality. It's a different world.
Right.
So truth is different.
Yes, but the question is, in Japan, are people questioning what they read in the Nikkei newspaper? Are they questioning it? Yes or no?
No. Japanese usually they don't have any question.
Okay, then the question is, are people who read The Economist, are they questioning what they read in The Economist? They do question it.
They don't read in English.
No, I'm not talking about Japanese people. I'm talking about, let's say, a Dutch person who reads The Economist.
Yes,
Does he
question
believe?
a lot.
Does
Yes.
he believe what he reads in The Economist?
Yes, they have a lot of questions.
They have questions. They question everything they read in The Economist. They say, okay, well, that's interesting, and that's I didn't know that, or that's very interesting, but they will not believe this to be true. They just are being informed, and based on what they read, they form their own opinion by beliefs. And
Okay, my concern is about truth means truth concern. My concern is how we're going to consider for truth among differences, European people and Japanese people. How to try to develop kind of discrepancies among the understanding.
okay, how to build bridges between
Exactly.
people who have such a
Yeah.
different. Okay, so basically, I do not answer that question in the materials that I provide here, because I only show and highlight the difference in approach in truth finding. When I talk about truth, is actually exposing and actually coming to a common understanding, so to that we really understand the same thing, and the way that we are trying to do that in Western society is by questioning each other, and by creating abstractions, and by challenging each other, by bringing more information into the picture, and by constantly questioning the information that we get. Is that the truth? And I believe that in Japan you don't challenge each other. This is creating a big gap. So can European and Japanese people come closer together? We will need to find some way to bridge that. And I don't have, at the moment, I don't have the answer to how we can.
Nobody does. This is a problem. Okay. Japanese they are Japanese politicians and business people. They have no doubt for those issues, and they don't think, they don't analyze it. This is a problem. We need to consider. Otherwise, 10 years later, Japan will going to start waging war. 100% for sure, because big gap. None of those people try to consider for solution. And European people misunderstand Japanese, right?
Unfortunately, Japan will not be strong enough to start a war. It will be very stupid, but could be.
That's the reason why Japanese started a war 80 years ago. Always America does. Like, for example, Assad and Libya and Iraq, same. It's always American beat. Intentionally. Central America, every country is America beat, and support dictatorship and beat Communist Party. Always America did. This is right or wrong, but they are intentional. They did before. So why Abe is yes person for Trump? Because if he's tried against him, Japan will going to be beaten by America. That's the reason why he cannot against Trump. Macron is different. He's against Trump, but he knows how to communicate with American people. But Japanese cannot do that. How to communicate with American people? This is a problem. And behind the scene, maybe we have some truth. Right? Very deep, but behind the scene. This is my strong concern. That's the reason I read a book, and also always struggling. Intrigued conspiracies. That all the way around the world. American conspiracy, British conspiracy, French conspiracy. Right?
Against?
No. Now
Against what?
they're doing now.
So, but is there a Japanese conspiracy?
Japanese, they don't have nothing. They are goodwill people. Right? Goodwill people. This is it's a pity. No negotiation skill, no kind of sort of communication skill. Oh my God! Recently, Japanese people don't working hard, so that could more and more problem. Right? Before they working hard, they making product, they can communicate, they're sending products all over the world. They had the power, but not anymore. What are you going to do?